Hello everybody, welcome. I'm No02 and thank you for watching this video. We are going to be talking about crippling frequency in my gadget breakdown. This is part 4. The last video, the last gadget that we went over was ultrasonic wound therapy, one of the worst cards in the game. Go check it out. But this shares the same slot as ultrasonic wound therapy, crippling frequency. And thus, the basics are, it has the same duration, about 5 seconds. It shares the same ammo type, and it has the same cooldown, 1 second. For the most part, reducing the incoming damage by 2 seconds for ourselves and our teammates for the course of 7 seconds looks like not a huge deal. Not a huge deal. On the surface, for the most part, we look at this card and we can say the tall boy hits you for 50 points of damage or whatever. -2, not a big deal. If a common zombie runs up and hits you for 8 damage, -2, that's sort of a more significant percentage of the damage, but either way, it's 2 damage is 2 damage. Do we really care? I'm not going to say that this is necessarily a bad card, but for the most part, this is a bad card. This is a bad card. I'm going to say it. I lied. I'm sorry. This is not a good card. But you guys don't know yet. If you haven't seen it yet, this card can make you near invulnerable. That's right, yes, a near God mode potential here when it comes to crippling frequency. There is something critically important about this card that is different from the ultrasonic wound therapy. When it comes to buffs in this game, the thing that you want to ask yourself is, does the buff stack? And does the duration of the buff reset upon the stack? What does that mean? What does that mean? When you hit the button for ultrasonic wound therapy, you get a buff that heals you 1 HP for 7 seconds. Once that 7 seconds is over, you've healed for 7 HP. You can hit that button once every second, and it will stack. It will stack together. But each of those buffs are their own independent buff with their own independent timer. So no matter how many times you push the button for ultrasonic wound therapy, you will only heal for the amount that you've pushed the button for, right? So if you push the button 5 times, you'll heal for 35 HP in total. And as those buffs are going, as you get to the 5th, as you push the button for the 5th time, your original stack, the original buff is gone, and you only got 4 now at this point, blah, blah, blah. Crippling frequency does not do that. Crippling frequency stacks on itself. The duration of the stack resets each time you push the button, and it stacks up to 10 times. So we can have, at most, 20 points of damage reduction, and we can maintain that 20 points of damage reduction so long as we have ammo, so long as we have small bullets. We can maintain it. Think about that. And so basically, so long as you hit the button again before your 5-second timer runs out, you can maintain those 10 stacks. Now, how do we achieve God mode? I'm not really going to go too in-depth here. I'm not going to make an actual deck video. I'm probably not going to run this deck on online mode or even offline mode. Kind of a meme-y thing here. Just so you guys know how the math works. We have a crap ton of damage resistance. In fact, I just have all of them. We just have all of them. And we're going to play Holly for the extra 5%. So for the most part, we have overkill. And if defensive maneuver triggers, we have 100% damage resistance, but I don't think it ever does. Or oh, look, incoming resistance max 90%. I didn't even know that. We have way too much damage resistance at this point in time. The fact of the matter is, this is how the math works. Something deals damage to you. You reduce it by your damage resistance. Then you reduce it by your flat damage reduction. Damage minus the percentage of damage, right, versus your damage resistance. Then that next number is reduced by your flat damage reduction. So in this instance, if we have max stacks of crippling frequency, we have a total of 21 damage reduction flat. So after we take damage, and damage resistance is applied, if that final number is less than 21, is equal to or less than 21, we take 0 damage. Let's see what it looks like. Let's see what it looks like Beyond this extreme example, there's really no reason to run this card. Right, the loss of our offensive slot is such a big deal. The deck is pretty janky. There might be a way to make a semi more viable deck, right?
Rogers
But,
is dead. So
right, we're taking damage, right? You can see we're taking damage. But look at the stacks on the bottom. We're at 6 stacks. Look at the 6 stacks down there. It's almost out. It's almost out. I hit it. We're at 7. The timer is a complete reset. Before it runs out, we buff it up again. Do you see what's happening? We're at 9 stacks now. 9 stacks. We're at maximum 10 stacks. That tentacle just hit us and we took 0 damage. Took 0 damage. Of course, we can still get pinned, but the pin does no damage to us. You see what's happening here? We're getting smacked around, and we're taking no damage. Do a sick little dodge in there. Let everyone know I'm a skilled gamer. So long as you maintain your stacks, we can't take any damage. Come on, do it, hit me. Oh! We're golden. We just don't take damage. I was sort of hoping a tall boy would show up here. But Hawker's still running around. But as you can see, we're literally invulnerable.
keep your distance, Pansy.
Literally invulnerable. And that's it. And you can see this entire time, so long as I push this button once every 5 seconds, we can't take damage. We're taking no damage. I lost my stacks. Hold on. Okay, at 7 stacks, we took no damage from that exploder. Have I given you enough example? You can potentially achieve what is essentially God mode by stacking a bunch of damage resistance and crippling frequency together. That's about it. Beyond this sort of memey extreme example, you pretty much never run this card. And granted, we could potentially do this for the entire team. Your entire team can run this card. And I don't know if crippling frequency will stack even more if multiple people are running it or not. I don't know. I'm not going to test it. You guys can figure that out. But that's crippling frequency. And beyond that, there's really nothing else going on here. You would never want to sacrifice your offensive slot for a little bit of damage reduction. It is quite expensive on the ammo. We had over 1,000 rounds available to us for our pistol SMG ammo, and we're almost out at this point, right? So that's it. I'm talking in circles now. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it, and I will see you in the future.